Hey Kobayashi, hi Tony Uncle. Yeah, I wasn't even gonna go live tonight. I'm like, it's too late. And then look at you guys showing up and supporting me. So how you doing tonight? Oh yeah, so no power, right? You're using your cell phone? You're using like 5G or 4G or is your data plan? Isn't your phone gonna like die? Generator, oh awesome. I'm glad you have a generator. That is really cool. Alright, so everybody welcome. This is the Atari Flashback Classic Collection on the Switch. I have played this before on stream, and this is definitely a collection I could just always go back to and play because it's so much fun. Like I could just jump into Asteroids right now. Look at me. It's way too loud. You hear that? Whoa. I'm gonna lower that. Okay, let me know if the volume level's okay. You don't know how much gas it has? Uh-oh. I wonder how those generators work. Don't they have like a thing that tells you how much gas? I'm sorry. You know what's weird is when I play from my AVS or if I play from the Switch and then I change to the Xbox One, all of them have different audio levels and I'm constantly having to adjust. So is the audio okay or is it still too loud? I feel like it's still too loud. Oh no. Good? Alright, good. So if anybody has this collection, some of these games are 2 players online. So I've never been able to find anybody to play this online. But it's 2 players online. So the first version of Asteroids is very simple. See, like there's no shooting. The other version, I think it's Super Asteroids, you have a shield and also you can teleport, I think. Sounds good, thank you. Yeah, once I see it like entering the yellow, I'm like, okay, that's good. Once it's entering like mid-yellow, I'm like, uh-oh, danger zone. Pew, pew, pew! I don't need those PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X graphics. I'm fine with these 1979 graphics, thank you very much. Hey, the Combat King! There's not enough people playing Asteroids on the Twitch. Don't you agree, Mr. Combat King? Everybody, check out the Combat King. Yeah, I just started the stream. I'm gonna check out all the games on the collection, and I just started with Asteroids. It's the first game on the list. Ooh. I prefer Super Asteroids because I like the shield. This one you have no shield. Yep. Oh wait, the UFO! Get it! Get it! Did I get it? I got it. No, no. You know, I really wanted this collection when it came out on Xbox One, but then it was one collection and a second collection, and I think each collection was like, what, 20 bucks or something? And I'm like, that's crazy. And I'm like, for Atari game, so I skipped it, even though I really wanted it, and then they released it on Switch with both collections in one. And I'm like, yes! Yes! Okay, this... Oh no, it's not Super Asteroids, it's Asteroids Deluxe, excuse me. Okay, here we go. Hey, Chin-Chin-C! Oh, you were not quick enough to buy the Analog NT? I don't think anybody was. Well, some people were. But, how are you doing tonight, Chin-C? Thank you so much for dropping by. You been camping out all day, Combat King? Oh, yeah, I heard that it's on eBay for like $700. That's crazy. Yeah, I heard somebody say, why don't they, make that illegal to sell pre-orders? And I agree. I don't think selling pre-orders should be allowed. They would totally get rid of, one of the biggest platforms for scalping if they get rid of, oops. Oh, the X button? Oh, that's weird. No wonder, I was like, where's my shield? I'm shooting with A, and then I just hold down the X button for the shield. Oh. 8 minutes. I like the concept behind that device, but it's not cost effective to me. I mean, I don't have a Game Boy collection. If I did, I would get it. And if I did get it, I would just be using like an EverDrive with it. And at that point, what's the point, really? So I'm not, but it's a cool device, though. And I think you have to buy that dock separately, right? I really think Nintendo should have just made a, should have just done the Game Boy Classic Edition with a dock. And that would have made, I don't care what they charge for it, it would have sold well. It was sold out immediately. Yeah. Game Gear. I should do a Game Gear stream. Yeah, HDMI output is always a good thing. Oh. Oh, Combat King, I can play Space Invaders. Let me show you real quick. I have, oops. So I won a contest. What happens is they release a Space Invaders collection called the Invincible Collection or something. And so then they release as a special download only Space Invaders 90. And so somebody was giving away the code for it, and I won. So I have Space Invaders 90, so I could show that off in a bit. Yeah, I like them, I collect them. I love the SNK collection, I love the Atari collection, Namco Museum, the Namcot collection I just got. I miss collections. We don't really have compilations that much anymore, so it's like a novelty. Like when Konami did the Contra and Castlevania collections, it's like, what? A collection? Black Widow is a really good game. How do I start this? Oh yeah, I love that in television. I wish that they would port that to the Switch. I also want them to port the Activision collection. They released the Activision collection for like all the consoles like 2 gens ago. But the Game Boy Advance one had more games. So I want them to play the Game Boy Advance. Because I want to play Pitfall. Crash Pod. And Hero. Hero is my favorite Activision target. I think Black Widow is an underrated game. Is this game too loud? I feel like it's too loud. I'm gonna lower it. Yeah. You gotta move those eggs into the center before they hatch. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Yeah, I love the bezels. Hey, thank you for the host, Combat King. I appreciate it. Oh, those you have to get out of the way because they make this shockwave. Oh, let's try that again. Oops. No. No. There we go. Hey, D-Nick, party! Thank you so much for raiding with a party of 4. I appreciate it. How you doing tonight, D-Nick? D-Nick was playing Story of Seasons. I was hanging out in his chat, and it was awesome. Yeah, you really gotta get them before they hatch because they can't kill them. What I like about this collection is that it has the arcade games and it has the Atari 2600 games, so it's kind of cool to compare what the arcade versions were compared to the home console versions. I wish they had 5200 games or 7800 games. They don't, which is odd. Actually, I think they do have some 5200. They have some 5200, but no 7800. Some of those 7800, I think the 7800 was 8-bit, right? So they were on par, or at least close, to NES and Master System. Not quite, but... Hey, teammate! Oh, gotta get away. See, and those red barriers prevent you from moving, but you gotta... Yeah. There's those green guys, right? Oh. Yeah, 7th place. It's not bad. 78 was pretty dang powerful. I think it was harder to develop for. Ah, okay. Let's see. Let's go with Crystal Castles. I love Crystal Castles. And look how cool this bezel looks. So yeah, there is a trick if you go to the back of this level and jump, you will skip to the 3rd level, I believe. But yeah, you see how the audio levels are like this game in particular is super low. But then Asteroids and Black Widow were like super loud. So I don't know those audio levels. Yeah, no problem. Gotta watch out for the trees. We don't have many games that have trees as enemies. We have Will-E-Wisp from Kirby. What other game has tree enemies? You got the Wizard of Oz. I'm talking about the movie. I don't know if the Super Nintendo game had trees that kill you. I think I have a quote bot, but I don't have any quotes saved. Not sure about that. So yeah, I think you could add a quote. I don't have any quotes saved. So these things, you can kill them if they're eating. But you can't touch them unless they're eating. And I could jump, but it's not safe to jump because you just go wild all over the place. No. Oh, no wonder it looks weird. I think I have sharpening on. Let me check that. I have like weird filters on. Yeah, that's why it looks weird. I have color correction and okay. I had to do that for my last stream, the arcade stream. So that's why it looks kind of strange. Hey, Japari. Thank you so much for joining the stream. How are you doing this evening? This is the Switch collection. The Atari Switch collection. It's hard to get up here. There we go. Don't touch the skeleton. Don't touch the skeleton. Hey, Chris Levi, thank you for the subscription. I did not expect that. What? Oh, D-Nick did a gift sub. Thank you so much for gift stubbing Chris Levi. That is awesome. Okay, let me try to get this guy out. I got that there. There's the witch. And then, okay, got rid of that guy. And I don't know why, but I really like Crystal Castles, and I'll show you guys the 2600 version, which is a pretty good port. And which is surprising because at the time, arcade ports to 2600 were terrible. But the arcade port of Crystal Castles in the 2600 was pretty spot on. I mean, obviously it wasn't as good, but it was close to the original as you can get. Yeah, where's Chris Levi? Is he lurking? Did he post something? I didn't see him. He is here. Chris, I didn't see you. But thank you for dropping by. Sometimes the chat goes and I miss something. Yeah, he must be hiding. Did he not post anything? He's lurking? Sorry to drag you out of lurk mode. I don't like dragging people out of lurk mode. You want to be lurking, and that's okay. Fire truck. No, I don't want to play fire truck. Does anyone have a request? Missile command. The Deviant was talking about missile command. Oh no. I'm not that great at missile command. Oh, I need to start over. Yes, I sucked. Yeah, Kobayashi's been having a power outage. He's using a generator right now. It's just really weird controlling the cursor with an analog stick. It's just going all over the place. So like I'm having issues controlling it. No. See how it's like going all over the place? The sensitivity is crazy on this thing. And no one's good at missile command. I agree with that. Well, maybe... I'm sure there's a world record. I don't follow that. I'm sure there's a world record somewhere. No. Yeah, what you have to do is you have to shoot it before it hits it. I'm never good at anticipating where it's gonna go. The only way to win is to not play. Well, yeah, remember, this the whole purpose of this was to waste reporters, right? I'm terrible. Sorry if you have epilepsy. I apologize. No one had epilepsy in 1980. And I try one more time. Gotta make sure to not waste my rockets. That means I'm wasting them. Yeah, now whenever I see flashing graphics like that, I think of Porygon. And Japanese kids vomiting. Deanic, I did not know that. That is amazing. Congratulations. That is like the whole reason we're on this thing, right? Like, get to affiliate. So yeah, I'm so happy for you. That is awesome. That means you can use that emote I made. And also you can figure out what emotes you want. I forgot at what. Once you get like at a certain number of subs, you can unlock another emote. And I think at 15 subs, you can unlock a second emote or something. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, you don't have to accept the affiliate status. Because yeah, you would just be streaming on Twitch, and then you have to wait 24 hours to upload it. But if you want to stream simultaneously, yeah, you definitely don't have to accept it. It's up to you. Yeah, I stopped that seizure from happening. Another really good game is Warlords. Okay, so I'm the blue in the bottom right corner. And so what I gotta do is block this thing. So it's kind of like air hockey. What's cool is I can hold on to it and shoot it. You just gotta make sure your base is not destroyed. If it gets to that middle part where the crown is, you're got game over. And what's cool about this is this version, I think, yeah, this game's should be 4 players, but I guess they couldn't handle it at the time, and there's only like 2 players. But it could have been 4 players. This was ported to the 2600. Maybe that version was 4 players. I don't know if Atari games were 4 players. But yeah, there's no right or wrong answer when it comes to being qualified for affiliate. Whatever you feel is right for you. For me, I liked focusing on Twitch. Some people like focusing on YouTube. Some people like doing on both. I feel sorry for the people that focused on Mixer. But there's no right or wrong. It's just where your audience is, where you feel comfortable. What you can do is also have exclusive content on one platform. So yeah. So it's always good to just kind of, you know, experiment with that and see what works best. But I don't think that you should have to make your streams exclusive. Like, I don't agree with that. You can't multi-stream when you're affiliate. I feel like you shouldn't be able to multi-stream if you're a partner. Because when you're affiliate, you're still a small fry, in other words. Like, you're not huge, you're not like a mega success. So I really don't understand why it's such a big deal that if you multi-stream. I missed out on some of the chat. Let me see. You want Joust? I will play Joust. I think that's on here, right? What are those random numbers, Kobayashi? I still want to make a shirt. Yeah, Kobayashi or Stitch can help you with that. What controller am I using? Oh, this is my Splatoon controller. The green parts are blocked out because of my green screen, but this is my Splatoon Power A third-party controller, which I use all the time because I love it. And it's wired. Some people are against wired controllers. I love wired controllers. Yeah. Yeah, but Kobayashi, D-Nig is not exactly sure of the design he wants. He's kind of going back and forth. He doesn't know if it should just be his name or something. I don't know, D-Nig, throw out some ideas. What were your ideas for a logo? Because he's all set with getting it printed on shirts. He got that part cleared out. It's just the design itself that he's unsure of. See, I actually signed up to, it's sad that I don't even remember who I signed up for. I think it's Teespring. And they sent me a sample, and I wasn't crazy about the material. It felt like cardboard, sandpaper. So I might do the premium shirt, but then the pandemic happened, and I don't know. I'm gonna wait to do all that stuff if this stuff ever ends. Because the shipping is just going to get delayed anyway, and it's just... Oh, that's good. Got rid of that guy. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, we could do Splatoon whenever. I'm cool with that. When you get your power on. Because I would like to play Splatoon with you. Alright, so let's try to get out of here. Oops. There we go. Well, you played the first Splatoon, right? I think Splatoon 2 you should know how to play if you played the first one. Tempest! Yeah, D-Nick, we were gonna do a Splatoon 1 stream, and then for his birthday, he got Splatoon 2. So now he has a choice, but I still want to do a Splatoon 1 stream, and then we can always do a Splatoon 2 stream as well. D-Nick can join us on the Splatoon 2 stream. I play Splatoon 2 with him, it's been a lot of fun. But if you play 1, you should be able to play 2. The only difference is the sub-weapons and the specials are different, but the main gameplay is the same. Oh, you don't take the first one. I didn't know that. Okay, yeah. I can show you. I put hundreds of hours into both, so I can definitely show you the ropes. Oh, Kobayashi, I got you Super Mario Maker 2. It's on its way. You should get it in the game now. And now you have it. Now you're running out of first-party Nintendo games you don't have. You got them all. Yeah, I thought you knew I got you that. We talked about it. Yeah, no problem. Oh, spikes. Oh, okay, well, now it's good. Oh, I bumped right into the spike. Yeah, you know, I feel like not even celebrating my birthday this year. So I know how that feels. I think a lot of people feel that way. I mean, this year in general have been so sucky. What is there to celebrate? So yeah, I know the feels. Yeah, it's been a brutal year. I mean, there's a long list of things that have gone wrong this year, not only like with the world, but personally. I think everybody's gone through that, and it's like just one thing after another, and it's kind of like, ugh. But I think that we've been the lucky ones, because we as gamers are kind of used to just kind of staying in and playing, and so we had our hobby to focus on. There were a lot of people that didn't have hobbies, or at least didn't have hobbies that you could do just staying home. So I think as gamers, we were lucky in a way. At least we had something to look forward to, something to distract us. You'd be surprised how many people literally had nothing. Like there was nothing to do. And that's why people kind of went out when they should have been isolating. Because they were just kind of used to going out and doing their thing. Oh, well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you saying that, because that's what I want to do. I want to do it. Especially through times like this. It really sucks. We gotta stick together. Yeah, that's a tough one. You gotta really tough here. You're a really strong person. I mean, you're going through it. 5 months. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. If you have a request for a game on this collection, pretty sure it'll be on there. Okay. Joust is a midway game, I believe. Pretty sure that Joust is a midway game, so that's not on here. I have the midway collection, and it was on there. So Williams, it's a Williams game. Okay, yeah, so that's not on here, unfortunately. Only Atari first party is on here. But I think Joust is on the midway collection that I have on the Xbox 360. I think so. Warner Brothers owns Midway, so and all they've been doing is milking Mortal Kombat, which I don't blame them. That's the moneymaker. But I mean, like, there's other games. Yay! Let's play some adventure. So I am a dot. I am a dot on an epic quest. I am a pixel. Oh wait, what level is this? See, what's cool about the Atari console, you can set different levels. So let's start from level 1, the Small Kingdom. Reset, Small Kingdom. Okay, I knew that was not the first kingdom, because the key is supposed to be right here. So I knew something was off. That's my issue. Like, I really want Gauntlet to make a comeback, because did you know that they were making Gauntlet for the DS? And I remember there was a demo for it, there were screenshots, it looked really awesome. And it was a completely new version, it wasn't a port or anything, it was just new Gauntlet. And then it got canceled because Midway went under. And I'm like, aw, man. Did you see that? My sword got stuck in the wall. And so I want a new Gauntlet. I'm gonna do a stream. Oh, I don't know if I told you guys, I bought the Dreamcast controller, the Striker from Retro Fighters. So I will be doing a Dreamcast stream testing out that controller. And what I'm gonna be playing is Gauntlet Legends, which is an awesome game. And actually, the Combat King, he was playing Gauntlet Dark Legacy, which was on the GameCube, PS2, Xbox. It was on everything, and that's a really good game too. I screwed myself, so I'm resetting. Oh, you don't have a Dreamcast? You should talk to Stitched, because he knows a place that just is practically giving away consoles. My god. He was telling me like the Saturn prices were like 40-something bucks. I'm like, what? So yeah, have him get you one, because that's crazy. If you go on eBay, you'd be paying double, triple, quadruple for that. So yeah, ask Stitched. And it sounds kind of shady. It's like it's not really a game store. I was like, what does that mean? So I told him I pictured a door with like those little slide peepholes. I was like, what's the password? Because it just sounds like a shady, so some shady business, some guy in a trench coat. It's like the merchant from Resident Evil 4. Welcome. He opens his trench coat, he got like 'Dreamcasts. But yeah, so ask him about that. And then who knows? Like eBay, I've been lucky with eBay. Who knows? You could get one that's maybe modded, or I've seen people make some really sweet looking shells, like transparent shells and stuff. There's a whole, the Dreamcast community is alive and well, and there's a lot of new games coming out for it. People really want to put their games on the Switch. A lot of shoot 'em up games, shmups. TurboGrafx is $600. What are you talking about? That's crazy. I'm lost, so I think I have to go down here. Oh, yep, that's the black key. But then look, I'm giving up the sword, so I gotta watch out for the ducks. Well, they're dragons, but they look like ducks. I was lucky that I was able to find my Saturn for like 130 something, which is an insane deal because it was the Japanese gray one, which is what the one I wanted, and it came with Action Replay. And I was able to play burn discs from it. So I hit the lottery with that one. I don't know how I pulled that off. I was so happy I won. I contacted the guy and thanked him. I never do that. I never thank people for letting me buy things from them. But I was so grateful. I was just kind of like, thank you, Mr. Strange Person, who gave me your Dreamcast. I mean, your Saturn. I was like, oh my god. Okay, so then this statue thing, trophy, we have to take this back to the starting castle, I believe. No, the duck. No, quack over here, you idiot. There we go. Bypass the duck. It's not a duck, but it looks like a duck. It's a maze. This way? You like the Mega systems? At the same time, they were adapters for the Genesis. Yeah, you know, it wasn't until recently that I knew about the power base adapter. I didn't know about that at the time. But I think that's really cool because guess what? Super Nintendo did not do that. If you had a Super Nintendo, you could not play NES games on it. So I thought that was a cool... I completed it in 3 minutes and 24 seconds. So that was good. So we can try game 2, which is the Full Kingdom. And oh, so see the bat has the sword. So he stole the sword. So sometimes enemies would... You gotta grab it from him. Give me that sword. Give me that... Now I have the bat and the sword. Does that count as a weapon? I got a sword impaling a bat. That is my weapon. Holy flashy graphics, Batman. The bat just stole the bridge, which is great. Up, what? How do I get that key? Let's skip that key then. Let's see if we can go this way. Oh, I need that key. Oh, that was a white key. Did you see that? Okay, so I can get the white key or the yellow key. Let's see if I can try to get over here. And... yeah, I keep going in a loop. What if I go this way? I don't know, I like this game because there was no game like this. This was like Zelda before Zelda. This was a game that was just not like anything at the time. This was like an adventure game. It's not, I wouldn't call it an RPG. This is pre-RPG. But it's can't believe I have the dragon and the bat. I'm letting it go. I don't need the dragon and the bat. I'm gonna try to get this yellow key one more time. If I can't get it, I'm switching games. Uh-oh, no, I'm in the belly of the dragon duck. No. Okay, so that was into that. So, what else can we play? blackjack. No. Casino, bowling, Centipede. So look, they have the Atari 2600 version of Centipede, and they have the 5200 version. Combat is a lot of fun. Demons and Diamonds, Dark Cavern. Trying to figure out what Dark Cavern was. Oh, yeah, Dark Cavern is like Night Stalkers on the television. This game is pretty good. See, I don't know why they rename games because it gets confusing, or maybe they just ripped it off. This is exactly like Night Stalkers. No. Where's the gun? There should be a gun spawning here, but it's not. It just disappeared. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Let's reset. I'm gonna do one more run of this, and then we'll change games. You know, Kobayashi, I really like that question you did a straw poll on, because I'm always like starting new games and then I never go back to it. So I was wondering, yeah, that's a good question. Do people want to see me do a full playthrough or just random stuff? Maybe I'll do a poll and I'll say, if I was going to return to a game I never did another stream of, which would it be? Because I kind of want to go back to Chrono Trigger, Metroid, Return of Samus, or Samus Returns. There's maybe Paper Mario Color Splash. Like, there's a few of them that I want to go back to and maybe do another stream. But I don't know, I have this thing where I'm kind of like, oh, next game, next game, next game, next game, right? And I'm like, because a lot of these are games that I beat already, so it's not necessarily like I need to beat it. These are games that I pretty much, I've beaten already. But it's been a long time, so. Zelda's the only ones you feel obligated to finish. I like Desert Falcon. Let's reset. So in Desert Falcon, you have to collect the hieroglyphics. And only then can you fight the boss, which is a Sphinx. But you can't crash into things like I'm crashing in right now. Oh no. Oh, and that was on Novice. Yeah, the thing is, I notice I don't get any feedback, really. Like, you know, so I think, because everybody's so nice that everybody's just kind of fine with whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we're just so happy to be here with you, watching you play a game and chatting. And I'm like, thank you so much. But then, like, I'm not getting any feedback, so. But there are definitely times where, like, I don't know what the hell to stream. I don't know. Yeah, that's the issue where everybody's just so freaking nice. So people don't want to be like, play this, play that. So, oh wait, these are the... Okay. Ooh, ooh. Oh, and I'm wearing my Zelda shirt because I was going to stream Hyrule Warriors, and I changed at the last minute. The Deviant was talking about Atari, or we were talking about Atari, so that it's like, oh, I haven't played the Atari collection in a while. But maybe it's good I didn't play Hyrule Warriors because I don't remember how to play that game. I mean, you're pretty much just button smashing anyway, but I haven't played that since it came out on the Wii U, so that was a while ago. Hey, Chinchincy! Yeah, that's another thing that, you know, I know there's a lot of people, and that's great. But the only downside is, it's just like, well, I don't know what to play, what do you people want? It's like, we're just happy to be here, we like you. It's like, thank you so much, but what the hell do I play? So, yeah. Especially now, there's a real lull in new releases. I'm definitely going to stream Battletoads on August 20th. I'm super hyped for that. It's probably going to be super disappointing. I don't like the graphic style, but we are going to check it out. And it's on Game Pass, so I'm not investing. And then whenever Cyberpunk is coming out, I'm going to try that, because that's on Game Pass too. But that's it. Like, there's nothing new. I'm going to be focusing on retro. I'm glad that I like focusing on retro, because there's nothing new. There's rumors of a Nintendo Direct at the end of this month. I feel like if they don't do a Direct at the end of this month or the beginning of next month, we're not getting any games this year. And that is troubling, because how could Nintendo not have anything for the holidays? I think that's really weird, and I know we're in a pandemic, and I understand that, but nothing? I think what would be really easy for them to do is freaking give us more games on the NES and Super NES app. Give us a freaking N64 app. There's a lot of things they could do that don't require a lot of work, that fans would be really happy. Oh, this is the boss. The Sphinx. Look at those graphics. Is it wrong that I'd rather play this than the PS5 or Xbox Series X? I do like playing modern games. It's always a treat when you're a retro guy. Yeah. Nintendo probably has something up their sleeve. I'm very selective in my modern games. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but I've noticed that a lot of new releases I've been disappointed in. And these are games that a lot of people like. Games that got highly acclaimed. And I'm playing them and I'm like, I don't like this. And I'm like, why is that? Am I getting old? Am I just maybe so used to retro? Or I don't know what that is. But yeah, so I have a different point of view when it comes to modern games. Not necessarily a good point of view, but I have a certain point of view. We can play Frog Pond or Frog and Flies. Haunted House is a really weird game. Millipede. Night Driver. Night Driver is weird. You didn't like Ghost of Tsushima? Seriously? I think you're the first person I heard. See, I don't have a PS4, so it was never an option for me because I don't have the console. But I have not heard anyone say they didn't like it. I've heard of people say it's their game of the year. Look at this, people. Sorry if that's hurting your eyes. But this is how you do 3D on Atari. It's kind of innovative in a way. They just have these lines representing left and right of the road. It's really disorienting to look at. But from what I've seen of Ghost of Tsushima, it's a beautiful game. The graphics are gorgeous. And you spend all this time like not focusing on the missions. You're just kind of running around because everything's so beautiful. You're looking at the foxes and the birds, and you're just kind of discovering all the environments. I would have fun doing that because exploring is one of my favorite things to do in games. Any game that has exploring, I love. So I'm looking. There's a game that I really like that I'm not seeing. It's not Sentinel. Is it Secret Quest? It's Secret Quest. I really like this game. seconds, so let's reset. And this is one of the only games that Atari games that you put your initials, which I think is awesome. Like what Atari game do you put your initials? So I have this lightsaber thing. And so you have to collect energy and oxygen. So this game is kind of innovative because, again, we didn't really have adventure type of games like this. This is kind of a cross between a Metroid and a Zelda, sort of. I don't even know how to categorize this. I saw Chris Levi. He was playing Fall Guys, and the game did not look appealing to me whatsoever. It was cool watching him play, but it did not look appealing for me to play. The graphics look so generic. It was generic Unreal Engine 4 Fortnite graphics. Very bright pastel, but the graphic style just looked really bizarre to me. And the gameplay is weird. You're just rushing toward the goal. That's it. And it just seemed very simplistic and very kind of... I didn't get it. Maybe it is fun just to play it. And sometimes that happens. A game is not fun when you watch other people play it, but then it's fun when you play it. And sometimes it's the opposite. A game can be fun to play, but it's really boring to watch. So basically what I have to do is I have to find, I found the code, that symbol that was on the floor, and then I have to input the code to set the self-destruct thing, but not define where the self-destruct is. Kobayashi, okay, you too. Yeah, Fall Guy I was shocked because I kept hearing Fall Guys and I didn't know what it was. And then it wasn't until tonight that I saw what it was, and I'm like, this is what the big deal is? I guess because it's new. And because it's free on PS Network, I think. It's like a free download. I thought it was a free-to-play game in general, so I'm confused by that. Just, the character design is not appealing to me. It just doesn't look... You're just literally rushing toward the goal. And you can't attack, which is weird. It's like, it would have been cool if it was like Road Rash. You know, Road Rash, where you got like a chain or a bat, and you're hitting people while racing, whatever. It would have been cool if you could just kind of hit the people around you to kind of push them away from you, but you can't. You literally have no attacks. So I see it being fun for maybe 1 or 2 rounds, but then what? Like, I don't. How is that at least in Fortnite, you're leveling up, you're getting new items, you're earning currency, you know, you have, something's happening. In this game, maybe you can earn XP and stuff, but I didn't really notice that. Let me catch up with chat. Watching Tim play Ghost of Tsushima, I keep finding other things to do. Oh, okay. I thought were you playing it yourself, or it's just that Tim's playing it? I love Japanese culture. Yeah, me too, Koyashi. I love anything samurai. You can hit each other and pick each other up. I didn't see that. That's cool. I get when people don't like those type of games. Yeah. I love the one up with the shades. You didn't watch a lot of Fall Guy. Yeah, I didn't get it. So I beat the first level of this before, now I don't remember. Okay, you see that symbol? We need to input that symbol somewhere. Oh, he took my weapon, or my weapon disappeared. That's not good. Yeah, I'm lost. I used to know how to play this. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the symbol that I need to input is that one. Okay, now you got 18 seconds to evacuate. Run. Is it here? Yes. All right, we beat level 1, and now we're in level 2. Now it gets harder because you have to memorize, and I hate at memorizing. You got to memorize the patterns. It's gonna be more than just one pattern. Oh. My weapon ran out. Yeah, when you run out of energy, you're screwed. Your lightsaber turns off. That never happened in the Star Wars games. Your lightsaber just turns off because it runs out of battery. Well, in this game it does. No, that's the escape. That's where we escape from. So maybe that was a battery. Okay, that's the symbol that we need to do the self-destruct. Yeah, I'm bad. I was just spamming the attack button. You don't want to spam the attack button in this game. Run. What is that? I don't know what that was. Oh. One of my favorite Twitch streamers is uploading Death Stranding PC gameplay to YouTube, and all the titles is spelled Death Standing. Oh my god, how many videos does he have it called Death Standing? Okay. So, let's see what else we can play. Sword fight. Wizards. Oh, you can play Yars Revenge. It's a good one. Cannon does not bounce. Okay. So in this game, the enemy cannot shoot me past this barrier, but that little hyphen looking thing, if he touches you, is instant death. I'm trying to remember how to attack. I totally forgot how to play this game. There's six videos. Death Standing. Let's see the different modes. 1-player cannon bounce, 2-player cannon bounce, ultimate Yar, children's version. Oh, maybe that's the version I need. Oh. Okay, so I need to touch the other end of the screen, and then that will unleash that rainbow-looking thing. Like that. Okay, I get it. Oh, see, the stupid freaking hyphen touched me. I have to break this barrier. missing. Oh. What I like about this game is the whole game looks like a glitch, right? It just looks like a glitch. Well, maybe I shouldn't play the children's version. Let's try another. Let's try the one with the cannon bounces. Oh, that's what I mean by the cannon bounces. Yeah, it looks like incomplete corrupted code. Again, you had to be really creative at this time because there was not much to work with. That's why a lot of these Atari games are like, what do I do? Because the objective is not clear, the graphics are so primitive, and you just got to figure it out. But it was so much creativity at this time. I don't know, I really like that screen. I really like that effect. It's like, ooh, flashing pixels. Ooh. Oh, okay, when the cannon bounces, it will kill you. Okay, one more life. But, see, like, these games just have high replay value, though. Because, oh, it bounced back at me. I'm not used to that cannon bouncing mechanic. It just has high replay value, because you could just always go back to this stuff, because it's fun. Let's play another arcade game. We could do Centipede. I don't know what Destroyer is. Oh! It's a submarine game. What am I doing? Oh, I have to blow up the submarine. So I'm controlling this line, which I guess says where the explosion goes up. Hey, Narblast, how are you doing? Everybody, check out Narblast. What NES game are you up to this time? I'm just playing random arcade games right now. Let's play some Pong. Look how bright that yellow is. Ooh. Sore throat. Oh, I'm sorry. Sore throat's like the worst thing. I hope that goes away for you because that sucks. I always hear gargle with salt water, but it never helps for me. But hopefully it would help you. But yeah, gargle with salt water. Halls helps me a lot. Those Hall cough suppressant things, those really help when I have a sore throat. Now, see, the arcade version of Pong is really annoying. Look how small this paddle is. Oh, luckily the computer sucks. Oh my god, look at this. Try. Tiba Honey is good. Oh, you found the Power Glove set. What does that mean? You mean you have a Power Glove to use on screen, but how are you going to use it? Are you going to set up a CRT? What's the name of that Power Glove game? There was like only like one Power Glove game that was made for it. And I think you could play that with a controller, regular controller. Oh, you found the sensor? Yeah, I think you need a CRT for that sensor, right? Hey, look, D-Nick, it's like ice hockey from Clubhouse Games. We need to do another Clubhouse Games. You know, I forgot that game came out. I forgot that I had it. Like, I don't know, like, I liked that game, but then, like, it came and went. And I'm like, oh yeah, I need to go back to Clubhouse Games. I don't think I need it. It works off the sensors. You attach. Oh, so you can just attach it to any TV. That is awesome. Now you're gonna be playing with power. The Cannon game yet? What Cannon game? In this collection? Isn't this riveting gameplay? This is much better than whatever the PS5 is gonna do. This is what you people came here for, right? Came here for Pong. Oh. It's just hard to... The paddle, like, it's just so weird to control. Because I'm using the analog stick, and it's just... The paddle's just going all over the place. Did Steve Jobs get his job at Atari? I don't think so. I've never heard of him connected to Atari. He might have been. You fire a guy out of a cannon and try to land on a trampoline. Oh! Wait a minute. I think I know what you're talking about. Are you talking about... There's a circus game on here. I think it's for, is it for arcade or is it for the 2600? Because I know the game you're talking about, and Skydivers is one of them. Maybe a Skydivers? It's for 2600. Late night sports action. Cannon Bomber? No, this is a different one. So, oh, Circus Atari? Okay, so we can select what game we want. Breakthrough Circus, new row if cleared. Breakthrough, new row if cleared. I don't know which one to play. New screen if cleared. This is not it? Ow. 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 He landed on his face. Alright, good night, Kobayashi. Thank you for joining in. I hope you get your power back on. I can't wait for your next stream. You're awesome. Okay, so since that was not it. Human Cannonball? Yeah, you're welcome. Maybe this is... Whoa! Oh. Human Cannonball, found it. But how are you supposed to... How do you control anything? Oh. No, that's too high. Okay, I gotta lower. Let's... How about 20? Oh, no. The switches change your angle. I can't go lower to 20, though. But... Ow. Ouch. I like how it says, ouch. Okay, let's try like 25. Oh. You can change the height of the trampoline? How? Wait a minute. Okay, let me reset. And with the game modes, player sets speed and angle. That's what I want. So let's try this mode. Okay, so you could pick your miles per hour. Let's do 20, and then let's do 27. Oh! that was too slow. Let's go with 30, and let's go with a height of 30. Oh, all right. So we need to go a little faster. Let's say. Oh wait, no, we're closer this time. Slower. Let's go with 20, and let's go with 20. No. Oh, now we're far away. This is hard. Let's go with 35 and 35. Oh, that was close. But they keep changing where the cannon is all the time. I think I should change to a mode where the cannon isn't moved, right? Because that's the part that's getting me. Let's try 25 and 20. Oh. Do you really think this game rules? This is the best game ever made? Okay, let's do 40 and let's do 25. Oh, well, I hit it. Let's do 40 and 30. Oh, okay. So let's see what the different modes are. Player sets. Oh, I can set the cannon too. Oh, all right. How do I set the cannon? Oh, this changes the game. Yeah, I actually played Yars Revenge before you came in. I didn't do very good. I could go back to it. Okay, I'm gonna try like right here. What if I try like really close to it? And then okay, set the cannon. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. It doesn't let me set the miles. Let me change the mode. What is this? Random speed, player sets angle with window. Oh, that's terrible! How am I supposed to do this? Oh! I did it! I did it! Yay! Let's do that again. I did it again! He's safe! Well, this mode is not very challenging. Oh! He's dead. Oh, it changes the miles per hour. So then I have to adjust the angle. Oh. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. No. Oh, 42 miles an hour. Okay, I need to be really... Oh, I did it! 33 miles an hour. I need to bring up the incline a little bit. Oh, so close. 31... Oh. Yep. Oh! I'm actually getting the hang of this. Who knew this mode would be the one I would get getting, Oh. No. But yeah, that's interesting. You can go back to Yars Revenge if you want. I didn't know what mode... Oh! So yeah, Yars Return is on here too. Do you like that one? Because, yeah, both versions are on here. And, so this one, the cannon bounces. This one, Ultimate Yar. This is the children's version. Cannon doesn't bounce. I think I'll do the cannon doesn't bounce. Maybe. Okay. So I'll show the other version. So what are you supposed to do there? Because I feel like you're just supposed to die, and then this level starts. Oh, I ran right into it. See, what do you do here? I have like an invisible gun. Nar, do you have this collection? It is really good. It has a very high replay value. Where's the cannon? There it is. Okay, there we go. There we go. Ooh. So let's see the sequel, because I have not seen the sequel. That's Yars Return. I prefer the cannon not bouncing. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh, I have to be in thing for the cannon. See, I don't understand that part. I can't get into the center. It's like pushing me back. So how do I shoot the cannon? Yeah, I'm confused. There's the cannon. And if I shoot it, it doesn't hit it. It just hits the barrier. And I can't touch the cannon or die. I am confused. So I do not know how to play that. I don't know what Zari Arena is. Oh, it's a two-player game? Interesting. Reset. And let's start. I could skip music? Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to play that one. What is wizard? Oh, this is weird. Why is he like walking sideways like that? He's doing like a crab walk. walking sideways. What do I do? Do I just keep shooting this thing? I killed it. Alright, now what? Yeah, I nailed it. But now what? Oh, another one. It's the final boss! Oh, I don't know. I killed it. I am the best. This is the best wizard game ever. Wait, I'm very confused. Let's reset. Let's reset. I don't know what that... I'm confused by this game. Yeah. He's walking sideways. I don't know. That's how he likes to walk. That's how he rolls. And this game's terrible. The Sword Quest games are not very good. I tried to get into them and I couldn't. I don't know what surround is. Let's go to the console. Let's reset. Oh! Oops. Oh, I know it. I played something similar to this. That's apparently how wizards move. They walk sideways like a crab. I like how I'm trying to go perfectly around, and then the automated player 2 is just going in every direction. I think I trapped them. I trapped them. Aha, I won. Nice. Oh, you don't like the noise this makes? This actually could be a Tron game. This game has the best soundtrack ever, combat game. What are you talking about? Yeah, can I get this soundtrack on vinyl? Is there a limited run for this? It is really slow, but over time I think you speed up. I don't know if I noticed it speeding up. I think it does speed up. I think I just screwed myself just now, but let's see. Yes, I did. It's sort of like Tron, yeah. What if I just like follow him? I'm gonna do what he does. Oh, I could trap him. Oh, I trapped him! Ah, I'm getting it. See, if there was a tournament for this, see, this should be the esports game, right? I might actually win. I'll get a sponsorship of like G Fuel or something. I will win. Oh, I'm paying attention. Yeah, I'm the green guy. I want to see if I could trap him again. That was a smart strategy, right? Just kind of following him and then trapping him. So I'm gonna do that. No. I played a tournament where we played a Gears of War, Street Fighter 3, and a tiebreaker was Bomberman Live. Okay. See, I would play in that tournament if it was for Bomberman Live. And then the tiebreaker was Street Fighter. I got him. I got him. I got him. Okay, I'm gonna go follow him again. Uh-oh. What? He trapped himself. Look at this idiot. Oh yeah, it was a surprise that the tiebreaker was Bomberman. He is, wow, the AI in this ain't good. Alright, good night, D-Nick. Thank you so much for the raid. You have a good night. Now, is it wrong that I'm liking this game? I trapped them. Imagine this game would be a good tiebreaker game, right? Imagine in a Street Fighter tournament, it's like, we're gonna, I just completely forgot the name of this game just now, but imagine they picked this as the tiebreaker. And we knew, but all people in the tournament didn't know that they needed to learn how to play Bomberman. Yeah, this game is addicting, like, it's so simplistic, right? But it's just kind of addicting. Wait, I'm curious. What is the name of this game? Surround. Okay, Surround. Like, and as the tiebreaker, we're gonna play Surround on the Atari 2600. Imagine all the faces that be like, what? You know the hit game Surround. Does this say the year? But yeah, that would be really funny. It would get a lot of hype. Oh, look at this idiot. It doesn't matter that I lost without paying attention a few times because this guy's such an idiot that it's easy for me to catch up. And that's the thing about these collections is you could like find a game, like I've had this collection since it came out and I've never played this. So see, you can have a compilation of games and then like all of a sudden you discover, oh, I didn't know this game was on it. Oh, we combined. What was that? Did you see that? That was really weird. Oh, that psyched me out. This game does have online. There's certain games you could play online and some games you can't. You should play this. Do you have the Switch version? Because we could play this. You see it says multiplayer. I could. There's no one's playing a game right now, but I can host. So these are the games you can play online. You can play. Let's just start this list. A majority of these games you could play online, which is awesome. So yeah, we could play Pong, we could play Pool Shark, Millipede, Atari Soccer, Warlords, Asteroids, Backgammon, Atari Circus. Combat will be a really fun game to play online. Imagine there's lag. It's like, oh, the damn Nintendo Online with its lag. We could play Frogs and Flies, Desert Falcon, Golf, Centipede, Missile Command. Yeah. Oh, cool, you're gonna join in? Awesome. Outlaw, try Outlaw. Okay. I think I played a random online thing once, but I never played with friends. Let's see, where's Outlaw? Outlaw. Host publicly. Okay. Obstacle. Cactus, wall, stagecoach. I don't know, what should be the obstacle? I have no idea. Let's pick cactus. Damage obstacle, yes. 6-shooter, yes. I don't know what the rules should be. Die with player, don't die. I don't know. Do you want a color TV or a black and white TV? Okay, and you know what's really cool? I can play other stuff while I'm hosting that match. You see that little icon on the top right corner? That is means I'm hosting a game. So when a player comes in to play, then it'll interrupt whatever I'm playing, which is really cool. So I'm actually going to do a little practice with Outlaw. Oh, this is like Custard's Revenge, only without it being pornographic. Oh, it says 1UpJohn versus Narblast. Oh, I am the orange guy and you are the brown guy. Oh, I forgot that it bounces, so it's like Pong. This is an epic battle. This is awesome. I didn't know you had this, Narn. It's cool. How unexpected these streams go. Oh. The colors of the background are so distracting. It's like we're gonna pick purple with this kind of bluish purple. Like the colors are jarring. Maybe I should have picked black and white. And what I like about each game is I don't know if other games are more limited, but there's a lot of options to pick how you want to play the game. And you can set the rule set, and you can oh, nice. Hello to the 8 people watching. I appreciate it. I am playing Outlaw on the Atari 2600 online with Narblast. And yes, it's the year 2020. Yep. We're not gonna play Fall Guys. We're playing this. What are the kids playing nowadays? Outlaw? That's what the kids are playing. So how come they don't have tournaments for this? Tournaments for Smash Brothers and Street Fighter. What tournaments for Outlaw? I noticed, yeah, you can get more hits with the down shot, not so much the up shot. Oh. Oh, this is more fun than Fortnite. And look, there's no lag. Nintendo Online works. I had no idea. Nice. Oh! Should we, let's play black and white. Can I change the... Oh, I can. Oh. Did I disconnect from you, Nar? I did. Okay, I'm going to set up another match. But I'm gonna change... Yeah, I disconnected. Okay, I'm gonna set up another match. You wanna play a different game, or you wanna play Outlaw again? We could do a stagecoach, damage, obstacle, yes. Moving barrier. We'll say yes. And we'll do it in black and white. Alright, so it's up. Join in. So now I know you can't change the rules in the middle of a multiplayer match. Oh. Oh, this is so weird. These damn moving stagecoaches. I wish the black and white was more black and white. Like, this is just shades of gray. And it just looks strange. Like, I wish it was more like Game & Watch, kind of black and white. I don't even know if I like this better than the color. Can I get hit by the stagecoach? I'm gonna try to get run over. No, we can't. I set the coach to be destructible, but maybe it can't be destructible when it's moving. This is weird. Oh. Ooh, this is intense. Let's try again. Oh, I barely escaped. Nice. See, we should like start a team. You should start like an online tournament for Outlaw, and we could be we could call ourselves the Outlaws. And we could all dress in yellow and black stripe, like Outlaw. You wanna try a different game? Because the selection that's available for online is surprising. Like, a lot of the games on here you can play. And I'm really surprised by that. That surround got you, didn't it? Okay, let's try surround. Host. Surround is the best game ever made. There's surround. Speed up. Do you want it to speed up over time, even diagonals? No. Let's just keep the default things. Alright, session is open. You didn't know? Yeah, it's not... I don't think most people know. First of all, most people don't know that this collection exists. But they definitely don't know that it has online. Oh! Okay, I didn't press. If you notice, you really have to press. I don't know if I'm experiencing lag, or is it because I'm just not pressing it fast enough. Okay. And it's interesting that the colors change. Oh! These are different colors than when I played. No! Oh, was that a tie? That was weird. Yeah, I don't know if the other versions had online, like were the Atari collections. I know this was on Xbox, I assume PlayStation, but I don't know if those versions were online. Hey, Shell of a Hero. Guess what? Narblast and I are playing Atari 2600 games together. Isn't that funny? Our paths have combined, intertwined, cross-sectioned, however you want to call it. This is epic. Oh. I am the dark blue dot, and Narblast is the light blue, or is that's a seafoam green color. Yeah. We were just playing Outlaw, where we were trying to shoot each other, old Western style. You trapped me. I'm gonna try to follow you this time. Oh! Yeah, Shell, we're playing the Atari collection on Switch. And I knew it was online, but I couldn't find anyone to play with, and Nar didn't know it was online. I don't think many people know about it or utilize it. I don't think many people bought this on Switch. So even if they did know it was online, I don't think many people would be playing it. Oh. Something's happening where, like, I'm trying to turn, but it doesn't turn quick enough. I need to turn before I want to turn, if that makes sense. And then maybe I will... I trapped you. I trapped you. I trapped you. Oh! You won. Shall we try again? That's what I was wondering. I don't know, because it's the same name, the Atari Flashback Classics, but I don't know if those other versions on other consoles have online. I assume it does, because they literally just ported this over. I never heard, oh, I might as well crash, I'm trapped. I did not hear online, Switch exclusive, you know, I didn't hear that. But they didn't really advertise this much. I remember when it first went live, it was only sold at Target. And that's where I got mine. And then after that, they released it in other retailers. But for some reason, Target got exclusive for like a week or two, or a month or something. Oh. Oh, we combined there for a minute. I'm gonna trap you. Trapped you. Yours at Target as well? Yeah, I don't know what was up with that, but they made a Target deal. I never buy games at Target. I just the Target near me doesn't even sell games. It's like a smaller Target. It's not because in New York they made these kind of like Target Express kind of retailers. So there's no game section. It's mostly home furnishings and groceries and stuff. And like stationery, and they have some toys. A lot of clothes. I'm trapped. I'm gonna follow him. Well, we played chicken right there. Did you see that? No, trap me. It's really weird that we can like touch each other, like we could be on the same area, but like it's really weird. Like we could literally be on the same line if we're moving on the same square. Like that. But we could still crash. Oh. I think you get 10 to win, right? I think you're trapped. Oh, we're both trapped, technically. It's about who crashes first. Oh, I'm gonna crash first. Oh, no, you won. Alright, did you want to try a different game now? That was fun. Yeah, we can try, you want to try Warlords? We can try Pong. I'm always up for Pong. It's Pong Sports. Why is there only Pong Sports here? You don't need 4, but is it just me or is Pong not on here? Pong's not on here. Look, they got Pong Sports. You want to try Pong Sports? Oh, so yeah, this has Pong, Super Pong, Soccer. So I guess we'll try Pong Sports. Alright. The host is up. I don't think I've played this version, so this is the Atari 2600 version of Pong, not the arcade Pong. So the graphics are not as good. Am I green? Oh. Oh, the controls are terrible. What's going on? Yeah, do you feel like the controls are so janky? I think this probably used a trackball or one of those paddles, like those Arkanoid paddles maybe, because it's not really translating right with a analog. Hit it! Hit it! Oh! No, I missed it. What's up with this color scheme? Like orange, green, and brown? Like, I don't get it. It's sad that I'm like... It's really weird that they don't have the arcade Pong here. Is that it? Oh. The controls are terrible. They are terrible. They're really bad. Yeah, it's like, if I could describe it to people that are watching, if I click down, you see how it just moves like a... It's not a smooth transition. It stutters. It goes like... It's terrible. Yeah, you can't continuously move it. It moves in like, it staggers. It goes like 2 or 3 spaces. See, like 1, 2, 3. It's terrible. I don't know why it's controlling like that. So like, it doesn't matter that the controls... No one's gonna play this. No one's gonna play this crap. You don't have to worry about the controls. Thank you to the 6 people watching. You could be watching anything, but you're watching Pong, and I appreciate that. I think this is like the worst game of the collection. There's some doozies on here. I'm gonna stay still. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Oh. I think it's 20 and you win? See, this should have been the tiebreaker for that tournament. You got Gears of War, you got Street Fighter. Tiebreaker is Pong Sports. I mean, at least you'll be on an even playing field. You're both dealing with sucky controls. There would not be a team advantage, unless it just so happens some dude is a master at this. You're playing Mortal Kombat, we're playing this? Okay, we're gonna definitely stop playing that. That was truly horrible. So I would like to play I like to play Warlords. It's weird that they have the arcade version here. So, alright, Warlords is open, and then we can play Frog Pond. We'll play Frog Pond after Warlords. But the Atari version, the Atari 2600 version of Warlords is also on here. But let's play the connection with the other player has been lost. Oh no. I will host again. Okay, I'm hosting. I think the arcade version of Warlords is too much for the Nintendo Online to handle. Okay, I'm blue. And which one are you? You're purple? But believe it or not, in the arcades, this was just 2 players, I think, right? I don't think this was 4 players in the arcade. It would make sense that this was 4 players. But I think, I was mentioning this before when I was playing this, that I think it was just 2 players. And I think the port, the Atari port, was also just 2 players, which is weird. Did they ever make a modern version? Did they ever remake this? Now I have to do a Wikipedia search. Well, I'm very vulnerable in the top of my, Oh! I got an achievement! I got an achievement for that. Thank you, Nar. Hey, yeah, Chin Chincy. I'm playing online right now with Nar Blast. So, yeah. This has online. You want to try again? Yeah, Chinchincy, I recommend getting this collection. We could play some Atari. Yeah, I destroyed my own house. Yeah, so the version we're playing right now is the colorized version. They put like an overlay over it. That's the background you're seeing. You see that green swampy area, and you see like this brick castle. That was just like a color overlay that they put over the graphics. We could play the original. The original version just looks too, I don't know. It looks too Atari-ish. So I kind of like that. This is the cocktail version. This is the overlay. So it looks like it has modern graphics. So it's literally just like a picture they threw up over it, and so that picture covers the what would just be a black screen. And it was innovative at the time. What's great about this collection is it just has high replay value, so that's why I recommend it. It's something you could always just throw on and just play a little bit of it, and if you're lucky enough to find someone that has online. Oh! There's one on 360 with 4 players. I vaguely remember that. Was that an Xbox Live thing that is probably delisted? Maybe I have that. I gotta check now. I think I have the Xbox Live Arcade of what's the game I have? Tempest. They made an Xbox Live Tempest, and that was actually one of the first ever Xbox Live Arcade games. So it was made like 2007, 2008 maybe, or 2005. When did the Xbox 360 come out? It was 2005, right? So Arcade Collector Club, they used to meet twice a year, and they would transform this guy's house into an 80s arcade. Oh, that sounds awesome. Yeah, I think that Warlords makes a great cocktail style game. I like that it kind of punishes you for holding the fireball for too long, like it starts shooting backwards. Oh, why did I do that? Screen is basically covered in dollar bills as people bet on the game. That's really cool. Like Pong. Oh. No, no. Oh. Yeah, for some reason I wasn't even looking in your direction. I was looking more at the person above me. I don't know why. I guess I'm used to playing. When I play this, I usually look at. I try to take out this guy. I should have been keeping my eye on you down there. Okay. Want to try another game? Okay, want another round? I could play this forever, so. after this. Yeah, what's another good game to play on this collection online, I wonder? I think some of the games you can take turns, like I don't know if it's really at the same time. Oh, same thing happened from the last round. Yay! Nar is the king. Oh, we go again. Because you won. There was no game over. Oh, so yeah, apparently that's how it goes. Like, if at least one player wins, you keep going. Like, you don't get a game over. I'm out of the game. You want to try something else? Yeah, I think that's fair. That you know, usually these things are hungry for quarters and they want to get everything out of you, but that one's kind of a frog pond. Frog pond. 4 misses allowed or 6 misses allowed? Easy, hard. I'll keep it at 4. I love that cover art. Look how awesome that cover art is. I want that as a poster. We'll keep it at 4. You want 6? Alright, I can wait, don't join. Let me change it to 6. Okay, now join. Frog pond hype. Alright. Oh, I'm the yellow frog. Why did they make the frog yellow and orange? I guess it makes sense. They needed to like show the lily pads in the mountain, so they had to make that green. But it's still kind of weird. There are, you know, different colored frogs, but I do think it's kind of weird. Little known fact: if you see a blue or a red frog, stay away from it because it's poisonous. The frogs have color like that to warn predators that they're poisonous. Same thing with mushrooms. Usually the brightly colored mushrooms are the poisonous ones. Like the iconic Super Mario mushrooms that are like red with white spots, those are poisonous. So stay away from that. Isn't this the game they played in that movie Grandma Boy? Oh no, they played the other frog game, Frog and Flies, right? That was the game they played in Grandma's Boy. You should play that one. I like how some look like mosquitoes and like some are supposed to be flies. Like they didn't have to, you know, vary the graphics like that. But they're like, let's do it. Let's push ourselves. Let's put some artistic something. It's getting close. Is this a prequel to Battletoads? I think this is a prequel to Battletoads. This is how it all started. They ate like a radioactive fly, and then they turned like humanoid, and then they did the NES game Battletoads. Ah, yeah, you're thinking of Frog and Flies. Frog and Flies is the one they played in Grandma's Boy. But you know, how are you supposed to get your Frog Atari game straight? Whoa, I got the full belly achievement. I forgot this game had in-game achievements. I'm fine with in-game achievements. You know, you keep saying Nintendo should get achievements on a system level. I don't care. I don't care about achievements in general, but I'm cool with in-game achievements. It's like, oh, a little thing pops up. I'm yellow. I'm winning. I'm actually good in a game. Nar's been kind of kicking my butt in all these games, but I guess I'm a good professional frog. I'm a better frog than Nar, but other than that, he's been beating me in all the other games. Does this ever end? I wonder what the goal is. I hope it's like 300 flies or... Oh! Look, they have dragonflies. Oh, they're definitely mixing up the flies. Those are harder to catch. I can't get that one. Okay, you got that one. Oh, what do you play on your Nintendo online service? I play Atari games. It's like, I specifically got Nintendo. I pay $20 a year to play Atari games online. That's why I play like $20 a year. I'm hoping that we win by getting 500. Is there an end? 3 hours later. No. Anytime you want to stop, Nar, let me know, or we could just do this all night. Go for the world record. We'll be in the Guinness Book of World Records. Oh! Does that mean I won? What happened? I won? Yay! Well, that was interesting. You wanna try the other frog game? Frog and flies. So I think the miss number is how many things run away. Okay. Okay, I set up frog and flies. Since we both let 6 flies run away. Oh! Okay, that's an interesting way to end the game. Oh. Do we take turns jumping? Oh, I'm the green one. Oh, you press up to jump. Wait. Oh yeah, this is the one to play in Ground Mode. Oh yeah. You press up to jump, and then you press A to, What's funny about that scene was like, there are just a bunch of guys all cheering and jumping up and screaming and getting all hyped, and it's for this game. That's the part I found funny. I was like, yeah, yeah, you got him, yeah, 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 and they're all like all riled up and they're getting all hyped, and it's for this game. And I think, didn't that girl like walk in and she's like, what the heck? You bet they played in television. Frog Bob. I don't know if I played in television. You know what? I should do a stream of the Intellivision Lives. That was on wasn't it on PS2 and it was on GameCube. I assume it was on Xbox, right? They also put it. I think it was also on DS. Maybe I'll stream the DS one. Because you know I have my my Wii U modded. I can play any DS game on it. So, yeah, this is getting me wanting to play more these type of games. So maybe I'll play in television. It ain't easy being a frog. Oh, I got both of those. Yeah, you really gotta time your jumps. And this is how frogs are in real life. You gotta time their jumps, and they gotta stick out their tongue. It ain't easy being a frog. I'm missing a lot. Oh, it's turning nighttime. Yeah, both thought it'd be in television. Oh. So I won. I'm the best frog, apparently. It's funny, all the games we were playing I lost, but for some reason the two frog games, I'm good. Yes, I'm the best frog across multiple games. I need to use that. I need to make a tagline of that. I need to do merch. I need to just like, who is the best frog? 1UpJohn is the best frog. So what other games? We could play Asteroids. We can play bowling. We could play Combat. Combat's cool. Or Combat 2. We could play Millipede. But I am a multi-genre frog champion. I want that on a tag, name tag, and I could get stickers made. Slot machines, you know. Sword fight. You want to do a sword fight? We can do that. Or we could play Wizard, which is like, I think that's one of the worst games on this collection. Is Wizard. You want to try that one? We could play Yars Revenge or Yars Return. I didn't know that was 2 players. I don't know if we take turns or sword fight. The crab walking wizard. Okay, let's do wizard. Imp touches flame. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna leave it off. Okay, session is open. Now we both get to be a crab walking wizard. See, that should have been the name of the game. It's crab walking wizard. Oh, so we take turns? Where are you, Nar? Where's the crab? Okay, I'm gonna touch the flame. And then we're taking turns. Okay. So I saw it. I swear I saw something flashing over here. There he is. Spamming the button. Is it shooting him? I'm stuck. I'm stuck. It's slowing down. I don't know what's happening. This game is really bad. Look at this. I don't know what's happening. I can't shoot. This is terrible. Alright. So, is this your turn? This is your turn. Or is this me? It's still me? Okay. But I don't understand what you do. You should read the manual. Okay, I think I am playing. Just, I don't know what this flickering light here is. And I don't know. It's not. I'd say this is the worst game on the collection. This is almost as bad as Pong Sports. This and Pong Sports are the worst so far. Has anyone done a speed run of this game? I think maybe Nar, you could get a speed run. It's like I am Wizard on Atari 2600 speed run champion. I'm not doing anything, so I'm gonna intentionally die because I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. So, okay. So yeah, you're just watching. That's weird. So I guess it's one player, but you can watch, which is weird. So you want to do sword fighting? Let's just do sword fighting. All right, sword fight. Yeah, go for the world record. Oh. Oh, this is not sword fighting, this is lightsabers. Am I playing? I'm not pressing anything. So yeah, I think, are you just playing? I think you're just playing. Or am I playing? I don't use the stick. Oh, okay. But how do I move? Okay. Alright, how do you move back and forth? Because it seems like I could only move my lightsaber with the control. Oh, how did I do that? Oh. This control's terrible. The A button moves or die. Oh. I'm still not grasping the controls. Oh, did I win? It is awful. It is. I feel sorry for people walking into the stream. And you're like, what the heck is this? Thank you so much for the people watching. Yeah, they shouldn't have called this sword fighting, because I thought this was going to be like fencing. This is not fencing, this is straight up Star Wars lightsaber fighting. The cover shows fencing. The cover shows fencing. This is not fencing. If this is fencing, I need to join a fencing class, because I would love to do some Star Wars. You want to play a different game, or low budget Star Wars? Have I played Nidhogg? I don't know what Nidhogg is. We could play... Breakout might be taking turns. Not sure. But I never played Nidhogg. I thought you did a misspelling. I was like, what? But that's actually the name of the game. Okay. I think Combat would be fun. You want to play Combat? Or Off the Wall, which is like Breakout. Combat good. And then we can play Combat 2. Combat, Tank Pong, Invisible Tank Pong, Biplanes, Jets. It's a lot. I'm gonna keep Tank, Easy, Guided Shots. I'm gonna keep the default, and then we'll see if we'll change it up. Nidhogg is also PlayStation 4 and I believe the Switch. Nidhogg. Alright, I'll look that up. I have not heard of that. Also chase you and fight you to keep you from getting there. Interesting. Okay. Alright, room is open. Alright. Combat. Oh my god, that lime green. Look, that lime green is affecting my shirt. No. I should have made it black and white. Oh, I got you. Oh, I got you again. How did I even hit you? How did I get you? Oh, I ricocheted? Oh, I'm gonna go over here. I'm not gonna get shot by you. Fine, let me turn my eyes. Damn, I'm ruthless. Oh. Yeah, couldn't they pick a different color besides like lime green and orange? Like, it's just really... I know the Atari had limited colors, like I get it. But yeah, if I owned this cart, I would definitely... That's what I like about the Atari, it had all those switches and you could change up... I would just play this in black and white. Did you see that? I like went through the barrier, I like glitched through it. Oh! Oh. 1UpJohn's secret goatee. What? Oh no! That's funny. It's screwing up. Oh, did I win? What happened? That was weird. Oh. I think I won, right? You want to try Combat 2? Lost connection. Oh. Let's play Combat 2 anyway, because if we play Combat again, we gotta play in black and white because it was giving me a beard or a goatee or something. See, this is a much better green color. See how, so like this is a sequel, but it is different. You see, we got camouflage. We're able to go through the trees, which is kind of cool. They got rid of that obnoxious green color. We're able to go on a bridge and in the water. We slowed down in the water. We're able to take more than one shot, which is cool. Oh, we take 3 shots and then like the little mushroom cloud pops up. So I feel like they advanced in this sequel. You can also shoot the trees, which is cool. Oh no. Oh no. Mushroom cloud. Oh, no. They don't look like tanks. Like, they look like turtles. Especially when they're diagonal. I will say the controls are just... I wouldn't say they're worse than the first tanks, but also it's tougher for us to avoid each other, because we're all just kind of clustered on top of each other. But apparently we could change up the obstacles and stuff. We could get rid of the trees or something. That's what's cool about Atari games, where sometimes you hit the option switch, or whatever it's called, to change up stuff. Oh. So, you won? I won? I don't know. So... what next? We have options. You could play... How about that Cannon game? I don't think that Cannon game is on here. Your favorite Cannon game? Stunt Cycle? No. Video Pinball? Human Cannonball's there? Alright, we gotta do Human Cannonball. Oh, it's right in front of my face. Near position, far position, random, set by player. I guess I'll just say near. Movable tower, yes. I'm gonna keep the default options. So it is 2 players. I assume we take turns. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so it's me. So I'm pretty close. So I'm gonna do 20 and... Oh! Nice. Do I go again? Or is that you? That's you. Oh! Okay, this is me. I'm gonna keep it at 20. Oh! Now you go. So close. Oh! No. I'm gonna keep it at 25. No. So close. I'm gonna do 27. So close! Nice. That's really fast. So let me try like a 20. Are you sure you want to do that? Uh-oh. You want to send them to the moon? Oh, that almost worked. Not quite though. It would have to go higher than 80 for that to have worked. But nope. I think it would have to be 24? Oh! What are you doing? If you could go past 80, you would be able to probably go straight up and then land. Ouch. You just like doing that over and over again. Miles per hour is 41, so I'm thinking 3? No, that was too much. You're not gonna give up, huh? You know the guy in the cannon is thinking, no, no. Oh! Can I do it too? No. 69 was the number. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Can you add a wall or something? Yeah, I can add the wall. I have to back out and then make a new game. You want to do that? Alright, let me back out. Is that just on the game? There it is. No, this just sets the position. Let's make the position random. Movable tower. You want to be able to move the tower? We could say yes. Movable window. So if I pick movable tower, no. The moving window is yes. And then the tower is wide or narrow. I'm going to say wide. And keep it color TV. Let's see what this does. And thank you to the 4 people watching. Ah, here's the wall. So miles per hour, I'm gonna say 30, and then let's go 33. No. Okay, here we go. Your turn. Ow. Oh, that's a shorter distance. So I'm gonna say 30. Oh, got in. Your turn. So close. Oh, it's a little further away. So yeah, I like this mode better. So let's keep it at 30, but then let's make it 35. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is really far away. What the heck? Okay, 40 miles an hour. Incline should be 36. Oh, I don't know how I did that. Somebody clip that. I don't know how I pulled that off. Don't ask me. I made that up. There was no strategy to that. That was pure luck. See, we should enter the Human Cannonball Atari 2600 championships or something. Because I would have just won it for the team right there. This should be slow. And this should be lower too. Oh, that was too low. This is the toughie. Let's see if you could do this far one that I did. Oh! This one's gonna be tough. I'm gonna say 35 and 30. Oh, not even close. Ouch. Oops. Yeah. This is pretty far away. I forgot what I did last time. I'm gonna do 43, 43. Oh. So close. I'm gonna do 25 and 32. I'm bad at timing the wall. Oh. Oof. Okay. I'm gonna say 25 and... Yeah, far ones is hard. I just keep hitting the wall. Okay. Okay, so I think it needs to be maybe that. Ooh, that was a nice one. Thank you, Young Judas. Thank you so much for the subscription. I really appreciate it. This one's gonna be tough. So, I think that sub could have been on YouTube because that was my old alert. And I'm not even streaming on YouTube right now. So that was odd, but a nice pleasant surprise. Or maybe that was a Twitch. I'm confused. But thank you nonetheless. Let's try 25, 31. 68. Oh. Oh, that was good. You were so close. Maybe I should do that. I should go at a really high incline. Let me try that. Oh, okay. I need to do it, if I'm gonna do that closer to the wall, I need to go slower. Close. So I would like to, I'm just gonna leave it like this. Let's see what happens. Oh no. I want to try to do one that shoots up high like that. He hit the wall on the left side. He didn't go over the wall. I need to... No. Then you just need to go a little slower? Ow. Let me go a little slower. Ow. Whoa. Ow. Banged your head on the wall and then smacked on the ground. So yeah, I would like to try to do one of these. But, I don't know the miles per hour to do. I'm gonna try 30. No. I think you would have to max it out maybe. It should be like 45, 80. Like that close. Nah. Okay, I give up. I'm not gonna do it that close. Because I wanna get another point. So I think maybe this will do it. Oh no. Oh! Very nice. Oh, it's tied. How am I going to get it from all the way over here? I'm going to do 40, and I think I have to be really fast. I'm going to do 40, 40. Ow. But that would be too hard. Did you really want to do that? I don't think so. I wouldn't want to do a smaller basket. It's hard enough as it is. So close. Let's do 40 and let's do 50. No, 45 is as high as I can go. So. Whee! Oh, I think you would have gotten it right there. All right, let's go. Whee! Ow. If I go really fast, but like low. No. So like I want to win. How do we win this game? Do we like? Is there a certain score we have to get? Maybe 5? Yeah, it's 2-2 right now. So I wonder at what point does it stop? Okay. You want to leave it as a tie? Next point wins? Okay, we'll do it that way. Okay, you go now. Let's see if we can do this. Tough one. Oh, that was close. 4580, huh? You can't go beyond that. Huh. Oh. Hey! That is not an easy shot to do. Congratulations. Okay, you won. But yeah, thanks for showing me Human Cannonball. I was not really that aware of it. There's a lot of games on here, so you can get lost. What other game would you like to play? Yeah, you beat the Frog Prince. Yes, you did. We can play... Problem is, I don't know which ones are actually simultaneous play or taking turns, so I don't know. Maze Crazy is a good game. I think we should play this one. Have you played this one? This one, you just have to move in a maze. You have to complete the maze first. Alright, so I am the red car, you are the blue car. And we have to try to get out of this place. I can't even move down. That's what I want to do. Okay. Oh wait, I think I won. Oh, seizure. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, this one's harder. We got enemies. Try not to crash into these guys. Oh no, I'm going this way. Oh! Okay, so we still go. Oh! They keep running over you. Oh, this is a dead end. I'm going the wrong way. Oh, they keep hitting you. I need to clean up this mess I made looking for the Elgato. Oh, you lost your Elgato? No problem. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. That was a lot of fun. The old version. Oh, okay. You're looking to hook up retro consoles. The newer Elgatos, I know, have issues with that. They don't display, I think, the 600. It's the 640, 480 perspective. They don't show or something. The original NES actually plays. Oh, that Jay and Silent Bob game? Yeah, I thought that was a ROM hack that runs on the NES. It doesn't? I want to play the Atari 2600 version of Crystal Castles. Here we go. It was a homebrew game, Anthony. I have the card. Okay, cool. But weren't you playing that last night? Were you playing on your PC? Oh, it was crashing on the ABS. Oh, okay. I always wondered that because I thought like the ABS is pretty good at playing retro cards, but I guess not. Is your ABS updated? Maybe you need a latest firmware. I think a firmware hasn't been released in a while. Okay. Oh, so you're gonna hook up your old school NES. Have you tried putting the ROM in the power pack? Maybe putting the ROM in the, even though you have the card, but maybe putting the ROM in the power pack and then putting that. I thought that was an item. That's an enemy. I was thinking of getting the power pack. I've been buying so much ABS stuff, it's crazy. I got the ABS, I got the controller. Oh yeah, I don't know if you know, I got the ABS controller, and I'm loving it. I really love it. And I just bought, from Retro USB, I bought a USB to NES converter, because I love this controller so much, I want to play it on my PC. So, I know somebody that tested it and he said it works. So you got the clear ABS or you got the clear controller? That clear ABS costs like $500-600, I think. It's so cool looking. I wish it wasn't so limited, because that is a cool thing to own. Just a controller? Okay, cool. They were opening for orders for a few years to people who bought the clear edition. Cool. Oh wait, can I climb here? No, I can't. It looks like a ladder. Oh, that jump saved me. Jump, jump. You have the S video adapter version of the Outlaw? Oh, wow. I remember that one. That was just the Elgato 60. I don't think it was called HD, right? That's the one I definitely would recommend to people that have retro consoles. It has S video, and then they took it out when they made the more sleeker looking version. Yeah, that's a good way to go. Yeah, they don't sell it anymore. You can get it on eBay, and not a terrible price. Yeah, I mean, I just wish Elgato. I know Elgato wants to keep making like moving on with technology and making stuff like that. Like everything is 4K and stuff. But I wish they realized that a lot of people use the Elgato to play retro stuff. So I wish that they would have a device that is specifically for retro. I think that would really be cool. Oh god, let's play Haunted House. Lit walls, no doors. Unlocked doors. Keys always in same place. Random keys. Ultimate Haunted House. Lit walls, no doors. I don't know which mode to do. Let's do lit walls. Yeah, if it plays well, that's awesome. I haven't used it, so I don't know the quality. So what's kind of cool about this is like when you just touch the door, the background changes color, which will indicate that you're in a different room, even though it looks like you didn't leave the room. So again, just I love little tricks like that when you have limited hardware. I don't think this is the best mode to play. Let's do keys always in the same place. Okay, so now we hold down the button to turn on the light, our flashlight. Yeah, they were very slick with that stuff. I got a white key. This game always confuses me. Oh, I could drop my object. Okay, I'm not gonna drop my key. But my light ran out. And now I'm stuck. Hey, Skullface! It's scary, just a pair of eyes. How are you doing tonight, Skullface? I'm lost. Help me! Okay, I'm not gonna... what should I play? Quad Run. Nar, did you know that Sentinel was the only Atari game that used a light gun? And this is a pretty good game too. It's weird that like only one. First of all, I think it was weird that there was even a light gun game for the Atari, but it was only one game. So what I think is we have to protect this sphere thing from getting attacked. We just gotta keep shooting this other thing to make sure it doesn't get hit. This actually plays really well on the plays well with the analog. That flashing light is bothering me. I wonder, is there a mode that I can like turn that off? Nope, you can't. Can I make it black and white? Maybe that would work. No, you can't make it black and white. That is really weird. Yeah, and there's no game modes for this. That's it. It makes sense that this doesn't have game modes because, you know, the light guns or the settings in this specific way. Okay, we're gonna try another game. Space War, Sprint Master. Let's try an arcade game. How about Liberator? Oh, that's a little too advanced for us. Let's start at 1. I did it. Well, that was simple. That was level 1. Oh, now we gotta defend the Earth. Oh, they blew up one of the things. Hey rookie! Training lesson 1. Concentrate firepower on planet missile bases to easily destroy your enemies. Oh. What planet is this? This is not Earth. Oh wait, this is the void. Got it. Oh, so I had some sort of shield. I think once you use it once, then that's it, so. Oh. So the shields, when they get hit 3 times, they blow up. Okay, I didn't do so great. Oh, that one. Oh. Game over. Alright. Maze Invader. No. Oh, neat. Cool, I like this game. Oh, now I'm getting complicated. Oh, it doesn't kill them, it just kind of stuns them when you shoot them. Oh, you can kill some of the enemies. So that spinning thing you can't kill, you can stun it. The other ones you can kill. Alright, 3rd level. Where it says Maze 18. I just ran right into that. Does it start? Maze 15. Oh, I think I'm starting from the... Okay, let me try that again. So, oh, I could choose which maze I want to start at. You start at level 39, I mean 31, so that's interesting. Okay, you can start like... Oh, this pool game looks terrible. Okay. I'm literally controlling the ball. That's not really pool. This is so weird. Okay, I got 1 in. And where did 2 go? I guess 2 went in, so I'm gonna get 3 in. That was terrible. Red Baron. I played Red Baron? I feel like I played this. Oh yeah, I played this. Oh. Shoot the blimp! Shoot the blimp! Oh, behind you! Why am I spinning? I crashed. No. Okay. That's a okay. Yeah, the Monte Carlo is a race game. Skydiving. Superbug. What is this? How do I drive? Oh, I hold on the R button. It's going really slow though. I don't understand the controls. Tempest. I played Tempest a little bit. Space Duel. Oh, I played this before. I feel like I played this before. Okay. Okay, you get a shield like in Asteroid Deluxe. No. Okay. Sprint. Breakout. Yeah, I know this game. But look how small the paddle is. Oh no. No. Okay, I think I'll be ending the stream. I've been streaming for like 3 hours and 15 minutes. This was a lot of fun. You know, like I wasn't gonna stream because it was so late, but people turned out and I really appreciate it. This was like a lot of fun. And so let's look for a raid. Yeah, thank you so much, Narblast. I totally didn't expect you to come into my stream and for us to play multiplayer. That really made my night, and I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Super Jeff is playing Streets of Rage. That is awesome. So we're going to raid Super Jeff. Yeah, we should do more multiplayer stuff. I agree. Alright, so just do hashtag 1UpJohn. And again, thank you so much. Thank you, Narblast. We definitely gotta do multiplayer again sometime. And have a good night.